Hello everyone, this is Zach again, and today we are going to jump back into ranked double battles. We are low ranked on the ladder, so we're still getting feedback on which team we're going to use for the May International Challenge. Yesterday in the previous episode, we used Gigantamax Pikachu and Gigantamax Charizard team, which didn't really work out too well. So today I'm switching in between the two, and I'm going to work on the version 2, the tweaks I made to the Copperajah Trick Room team. So the changes on this team is that it's not heavily relied on Trick Room like it was previously. There are tools like Bisharp, Togekiss, and Milotic that can operate in and out of Trick Room and still perform pretty well. But I still have that Trick Room option through Hatterini and Dusclops. Our focus is the Copperajah, so there may be changes I make in between using these two teams. I might switch Life Orb on Copperajah, but I don't know how I feel in losing the Assault Vest. So here is a Pikachu Charizard team, and we see the Whimsicott. And the Dracovish is scary, but we can handle it. So our priority is definitely getting Trick Room up, because this team relies on speed. So we're going to lead Togekiss and Dusclops for some Follow Me support. And we're going to go Copperajah, Milotic in the back. So let's see how this goes. This is my first time using this team on the online ranked. I did play a couple matches with it on Smogon. I've tried the Copperajah Wet Life Orb one there, but Sheer Force Life Orb isn't correct on Smogon, I believe. So even though I have Sheer Force and it should ignore the Life Orb health recoil, it still takes it out. So I want to say we see maybe Tailwind or Taunt. I am probably going to lose my Togekiss here, but I feel like it's essential to get Trick Room up. And if we do get Trick Room up, we can just switch in that Copperajah and start getting some good hits off. So we're going to see Pikachu Dynamax, or Gigantamax, I believe. And we should just see a Volt Crash into the Togekiss. P. I think that's everyone's favorite part of Gigantamax Pikachu. So we get the Follow Me off. And we're going to see the Taunt come out. So it was really important that we had that Togekiss to Follow Me. And Togekiss goes down, but we just get the free switch into Copperajah. And Pikachu should have Surf and Grass Knot. Both really not doing much to Copperajah. So we have Trick Room up, and we're in a lot better position than we usually would be with this team previously without the Togekiss support. So we're going to try to get rid of this Pikachu. And we're just going to Nightshade the Whimsicott and start chipping it. Pikachu is pretty frail, so I don't know how much a Max Quake will do to it, but either way, the special defense buff will help out the Copperajah in the long run. And if we can get this Pikachu taken down before it can Volt Crash again, we don't have to worry about playing around paralysis with Copperajah. We do have to worry about that with Dusclops. But Dusclops is more of a support here, so Dusclops getting taunted, getting paralyzed, shouldn't really do much at this point. And we're going to get that Max Quake into Pikachu, just bodying it. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get the spikes up turn 1, so we won't be able to get chip on whichever Pokemon's coming in. If the Charizard's in the back, we're going to definitely see it now. But we see Dracovish instead. So I definitely want to double into that. Because the quicker we can take that out, the better. The question is, what would I have done turn 2 if Togekiss didn't get knocked out? Memento. Okay, so you're just taking down your Whimsicott? Dusclops is paralyzed, so we won't be able to double into the Dracovish. And that's a bulky Dracovish. We'll have to see how much Vicious Run does. Okay. Okay, and we see... I just want to double into that Darmanitan. This is my last turn of Gigantamax. Okay, and we're able to take out the Darmanitan. So hopefully Milotic should be able to chip down this Dracovish. And since we're getting to go first, Dracovish isn't really doing much. So this was just a really good game on my side. So we're just going to Nightshade and play rough. And we're able to take the Dracovish out, and we're able to get game 1 as a win. So already I'm seeing with this team that the Togekiss support with setting up Trick Room is a much more viable option than to just hope that they don't target down the Dusclops or the Hatterini turn 1. And Pikachu Volt Crashing into Togekiss was one of the best things they could have done, because that gave me a free switch into my Copperajah. So we're going to jump into game 2. And already this team is showing way more promise than the Pikachu team. But like I said before, we are playing low on the rank. So we see some rain with Wheezing. We don't see a fire option unless you see it on the Savali or maybe Mystical Fire on the Indeedee. And I think I want to go Bisharp. Now, if that Savali does have a fire move, if that Indeedee does have Mystical Fire, running in here with 2 Steel types is not going to really be a good choice, but I feel like we could handle it. And once again, we might just see a G-Max Toxicity go into that Togekiss and just give us another free switch onto into Copperajah, which would be another good play on our hand. So let's see what they start off with. Okay, so we do have the Toxtricity in DD. And I think our best option is just to follow me and Trick Room. We could see the NDD counter our Trick Room with an opposing Trick Room. And we'll just have to see where we get. Okay, and we see the Mystical Fire. So that NDD does have a Mystical Fire. They were probably predicting the switch. So next, I really want to target down that NDD. So NDD is going to follow me either way. And we're probably going to see another Overdrive from Toxicity. And I Nightshaded into a normal type Pokemon. I always forget that NDD is normal. So I think next I'm going to try to yawn into the Toxicity. And I'm going to get a switch onto Copperajah because we need to take advantage of this Trick Room. And switching Dusclops out will give us another opportunity to have Trick Room back in later on in the game. So we get a Follow Me. I am going to yawn. And that Toxicity is just going to keep snarling. The thing is, do I get my spikes up as quick as possible? Let's just yawn into the Toxicity. And we're going to get our spikes up. Because right now this Toxicity isn't really doing much other than lowering our special attack. So Indeedee going to switch out. And we're going to see the Pelipper. Rain's going to come up, and that's actually really good because it's going to weaken that Mystical Fire if Indeedee does come back in. And it's going to mean that I'm going to get the yawn on Toxicity. So if you keep switching out to prevent yawn causing sleep, you're going to start really taking damage from the Steel Spikes. And we see the Toxicity Gigantamax. Its poison attacks aren't going to do anything to Copperajah. And the lightning attacks are going to do very minimal. We do have to worry about Stun Shock getting either poison off or getting paralysis off on Copperajah. But we do get that yawn into Toxicity. Yeah. So there's this Sun Shock. Yeah, and that's not doing much to Copperajah. And we do get the paralysis. I think you can't poison Copperajah with Stun Shock because of... We're just going to target into that Pelipper. And there you go. So you're going to start switching and you're going to start taking a lot of steel spike damage. So the Savali is grass. And Pelipper is berry. So this Pelipper is actually pretty bulky. And we do get the flinch on Pelipper. How many more Trick Room turns do I have? So Trick Room is over. So we are going to follow me. And we don't want to max overgrow because that is going to give this Savali a boost. So Savali's going to U-turn out. And maybe we see the NDD come back in. Toxicity. So that's going to take our Steel Spike really well. Pelipper's just going to Scald here. And that's unfortunate that we lose our last Dynamax turn to... So we're just going to follow me in high horsepower into the toxicity spot because we haven't shown that yet. And Togekiss gets paralyzed. And we get a double paralysis. So even though that Toxicity only got one turn in Gigantamax, it was really able to make use of it. I think we're going to see another Overdrive come out. And a Scald. And Copperajah just survive. Oh, but you target into... That paralyzing really, really hurt my team. To get 2 paralysis turns in a row on Copperajah really killed the momentum. So we're going to Throat Chop. And just Nightshade the Savali. If that Indeedee comes in. Good prediction. So you change the terrain. And that just does so much. So I want to say toxicity switches out. So I want to pain split into the toxicity and target the NDD. Because I am max speed Bisharp. So Throat Chop should be able to take it out, hopefully. Okay, so we do see the switch out. Savali comes in. And the Steel Spikes are still doing chip. Okay, there goes the NDD. And I think our best bet here is just to protect. And Nightshade into the Toxicity. Is that going to take out our Dusclops? And our Dusclops does live. And Toxicity goes down. Is Sucker Punch enough to take out Savali? Oh, Psychic Terrain. Well, I just threw that. Okay. That's on me. And even if that, I don't think I would have been able to take it out. I don't know if I outsped the Savali. I probably didn't. But I definitely threw that one myself. One thing I noticed last video is that I just wasn't making the optimal plays, and I just wasn't paying attention to the field. So I definitely have to work on that. Because in my previous video, I thought I set up Tailwind when I got faked out turn 1 and didn't set it up. And then obviously I wasn't paying attention to the Psychic Terrain. And just wasn't able to get a hit off when I should have. Where are we at for time? So I think we have time for one more match. So let's get that in. Hopefully we can grab another win from this team. I know Arctovish is pretty slow, and it also gets access to Fish's Rend. And that Surfish is definitely a problem. Let's go Togekiss, Milotic, with Dusclops, Copperajah in the back. Surf Edge being a problem, being a very heavy hitter with fighting type moves, that, and it probably has a leak, which basically guarantees it a crit every single time. We see the Trick Room option with Drift Bloom, I believe, and Arctovish being a very good Trick Room Pokemon, especially with access to Fish's Rend. And then we have a standard Rotom, which I don't know what we see there. And then the Skuntank being an issue for Togekiss. So we see Skuntank and Surfetch. So I think here I have to just double into the Surfetch, get a Muddy Water off, hope for an accuracy boost, because you immediately threaten with that Skuntank. You immediately threaten my Togekiss. And it's Misty Surge. You're probably giving Skuntank a boost. No? But we do see it Dynamax. Which is, I want to say for me, a first. I've never seen a Skuntank Dynamax. I don't think Togekiss lives this, but if it does, I want to say turn 2, we should just switch into Copperajah. Okay. Okay, and that Muddy Water does really good damage to Weezing. So I think here we would just want to bring in the Copperajah just to stop Skuntank from being able to get off poison, although you might target into the Milotic. And we're going to try to get a special defense boost, and then the Muddy Water should be able to take out Weezing after what we saw from the first hit. Although on a positive note, we do see Psychic Terrain, no, not Psychic Terrain, Misty Terrain going up, so that means our Copperajah can't be burned. Does it protect from all statuses, or I think just burn? With Misty, Electric, and Grassy, and all those terrains being such a big part of Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, you think I would know them just a little bit better. And we'll see a Max Darkness come out. So we will be able to negate the special defense drop with our Max Quake, and that will activate Milotic's competitive, which will just give it more offensive power. And we see the Skuntank as Life Orb. And Weezing has Fire Blast. Okay. But we are able to take the Weezing out, so... And what I worry about now is that Surfetch coming in, because a close combat is still going to do a lot. I'd be more worried if Copperajah wasn't Gigantamaxed. And then we see the Arctovish. So the question here is, who is more... Who's more of a problem? And I think we just have to coil on the Milotic and just really start to get it bulked up. Quick Claw? You gotta be kidding me. There goes Copperajah. Wow, I figured Arctovish would be a problem in Trick Room, but I didn't expect the Quick Claw to come out. The question is, like, is it worth even Quick Claw and a Leak? Okay. So I want to say we see a Leaf Blade come out of Surf Edge. So our best bet is to Ally Switch and Muddy Water and hope for an accuracy drop. Oh my goodness, that just does so much. And you doubled into the Dusclops. That or you made a really good prediction on my Ally Switch. So clearly the Surf Edge is scrappy because it close combat into the Dusclops slot. Ugh. So I live that. So I would have been better off not ally switching. If somehow they both miss, which they won't. Wow. So game 2 was definitely 100% my fault. I completely misplayed it. And this game, we just got caught really off guard by a Quick Claw Arctovish. But that's going to be it for today. If you want to check out the Pikachu and Charizard team, it will be in the playlist linked below. I'll be switching between these two teams, but right now, even though we won the same amount of games with the Copperajah team than we did with the Pikachu team, I think this team is definitely showing a lot more promise, but let me know what you think down in the comments below. And while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'm Zach, and I'll see you guys in the next one.